G'day YouTube, and welcome to this episode of the Gunman Raw. So something a little bit different today. I thought I'd change it up a little bit and let's mix up some paint before we put the base coat down on this Volkswagen Passat. So thought I'd give you a look at how I mix the paint up. So I chose the best color chip that I could find. And then I go color box own reference, and we've got this barcode system. Zap onto that and that'll take you straight to the variant that we need. Hopefully you can see properly from up there, guys, but no doubt you won't be able to see all the finer details. That does seem to be one sort of side effect of these GoPro cameras. It's not very good at focusing in on writing and stuff like that, but you do get a big field of view and you do get to see quite a lot, so that's the upside. Anyway, I generally don't like talking too much when I'm mixing my colors up because it can kind of put you off. So this might be boring for you. I wouldn't blame most spray painters if watching this is going to be a little bit boring, but 1.5, so I'm putting in the amount that I need to mix up. I'm going to need to mix it in a big pot because it's a decent sized job that we've got in there. Anyway, let's get into it. So we've got mix 190. Because I've got to kind of focus on the numbers and how much I'm putting in, I'll refrain from doing too much talking. That's Eddie. That's the guy I work with, Eddie. 310. Close enough. 152. 285. Yeah, that dust, man, he's just been... He preps up right near the... I've tried telling him like 10 times, but he doesn't listen. Boom, he's deaf. Yeah, no, I have actually tried telling him, like, man, all the dust. But he preps up right next to the door in the paint room. 53. Next, 136. I sort of know where all the tinters are, sort of off by heart anyway. I know where to go after mixing up so many colors. 65. 65.7. If you like one or two points out, it's in 1.5 liters, a couple of points of the silver is not gonna piss in the ocean type thing. 156. This is the kind of color that, like the ones that have less of it in, you know what I mean? Like you got to think of that as a percentage, you know what I mean? And most of the color is it's a silvery color, so yeah. You want to get these ones that have a smaller amount. That's actually more important to get them right, because you think about, like if that's meant to have 10 grams in it and you put 12 grams in it, you put in an extra sort of like, what's that, 20% extra. Whereas if, you know, something's got like 285 grams in it and you put an extra 2 grams in it, it's minute, like it's not even a full percentage. Where was I at? 156, 17. was listening to a good podcast before. It's Andrew Huberman. I highly recommend listening to some of his stuff. It's actually a pretty big podcast. He's a neuroscientist from Stanford in the US, and they were talking about diets today. So as most podcasts do, they have guests on, and this guest, he was actually from Harvard or something, so very sort of clever type people, and basically going on about how diets can have a massive effect on like mental health and stuff like that. So they're talking about the ketogenic diets, and you know, they're basically saying like some people with like schizophrenia and bipolar and even like anxiety disorders, they can basically go away or be massively decreased, the symptoms, just by going on the keto or Atkins diet, something like that. So very interesting stuff. $1.72. So just keep in mind that if this video gets above 25 minutes, I'm going to split it up into 2 vids, and then that's what, if it does sort of cut off abruptly, that'll be why, because it just makes it easier for me. I can just upload the one chunk of footage without having to put it into my video editor. 7, 8, 9.9. These are the kinds of colors. Also, blues are really strong in this system, so again, you don't want to go too much either way. 1.1 of a gram's not going to make any difference in 1.5 liters, but 161 is the next one. 16. So yeah, I can't imagine myself doing, that's 16, over by a couple of grams, that's alright. A couple of points, sorry. 169. I think I was about to say, yeah, I'm not going to do this kind of thing that often, mixing colors, but I don't know, I just thought I'd do something different. This is 1.9. This is a handy thing to use when you're mixing up waterborne paint. You can look at the temperature and the humidity. So your high humidity, low temperature, use fast all day long. Like I kind of know by the feeling of the day, like I don't really have to look at that, but you know, since there are sometimes when it's hot but it's humid, so you still use the fast one or the normal one. But yeah, Melbourne weather sucks. That's the moral to the story. Basically using the the fast stuff all year round, except for a couple of days every year. Whereas in Perth, it's nearly the other way around. Like always, it's a nice dry heat over there in Perth. I find that actually much easier to deal with than the humidity. I'm not a big fan of Melbourne's weather, but I'm here and I've got to put up with it. Like, it's been hailing this week. It's as of making this video, it is, what is it? It's nearly December, which is nearly summer. Like, generally, the whole idea is meant to be the start of spring is more cold than hot, the end of spring is more hot than cold, but Melbourne doesn't quite work like that. We're having bloody hailstorms all weekend and yesterday. Anyway, enough of my whinging about Melbourne's weather. Get on with the job, Gunny. But yeah, life's good, guys. Life's good. We've actually been a little bit quiet at the moment. The panel beat is sort of lagging behind, which is kind of good, I guess. Like, I've been going home normal time, which feels like I'm going home early, but hurry up and get our bloody PPS dispensers out. 3M. They won't even answer my calls anymore. I've been calling, leaving messages. They won't even reply. We're spending hundreds of dollars every week on your pots, but you won't even give us anything to put them in. Good customer service, eh? Not even answering calls. Yeah, I think 3M's one of those love-hate relationships with most people. They kind of dropped me as I called them out for their the way that they marketed that performance spray gun. They basically trying to buy people's opinions. And I'm like, no, I don't want your bloody money, and I'll just, like, send me the gun out and I'll review it. That's it. I don't want your money. They're basically going around offering people money so to be part of like some program. And I said, no, I'm not shilling for any company. Not some big corporation like them. I mean, I'm happy to do my little thing that I've got going on with Spray Guns Direct. They're awesome. Support them. Yeah, a bit of wind blowing open the door. I asked the boss to get some of, like, you know, those plastic strips like on the fish and chip shops. I asked him to get some of them, and hopefully he's going to get them for us, because, yeah. And I also want to kick that, I want to make that guy start using the prep bays, because he preps right at the door here. But there's a second prep bay here that's kind of full at the moment, so anyway, enough rambling, Gunny. I need to get some Basecoat blender into this gun. I always leave Basecoat blender in this gun, and actually, I nearly forgot, yeah, there's gonna be enough clear there, yeah. Because once this is finished, that's Performance Pro, we're moving on to the other clear, wherever it is, so I'm just making sure I had enough. Because with the other clear, which is the extreme clear, you actually have to activate your base coat, so just making sure I'd have enough of that so I didn't have to activate my base coat. So slow blender, I've gone back to using this all year round instead of the fast. I mean, one coat of slow still dries just as, like, it actually dries quicker than your 2 coats even of your normal, so it's not like you're waiting for it to dry even though it is slow. Also, it enables you not to have to put as much on. I was getting a bit of an issue with sanding scratches showing up on my blends, on my dark colors, so I slightly altered the way I do my prep, and also changed to slow reducer as well, slow base coat blender. I'm just thinking, did I forget anything? No. You guys are with me? Alright, let's go. So that's Eddie. Say hi to everybody, Eddie. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, so this is all ready to go. It's all prep sold, masked up, blown off, tack rags, everything. That's why I thought I'd just get it all ready, and that way we can kind of, you know, just go mix the paint up and get straight into it. I'll put you up there for a second, hold with me, I'll get my respirator on. Let's go. So I guess I'm going to start here, move the way down the side, and then just sort of work my way over. And I'll do that back panel last. Sometimes I just make it up as I go. I've got to put a bit of colour over there. I don't want to put it near the bumper because I'm blending. Just a little bit over here. There was a few chips, but
I don't want to have to put like heaps of colour all over the roof. Let's do this, actually I'm going to be blender. Well, we do call that blender, so maybe not the stupidest thing to say. Blendering. Blender. Yeah, I guess that kind of works, blendering. Basecoat blender. Making up words as I go, mate. When it came in, guys, I'll tell you what, I had to do half of the repairs on this one because, like I told you, the panel beaters are a little bit busier than the paint shop is at the moment. That's just because I'm such a gun, mate. I smashed all the jobs out so quick. They couldn't keep up with me. But that is in fact why I did the repairs on this one here, on this quarter panel. Like all through here, and here was all damaged, and yeah, I did the body filler repairs this morning and primed them up and force dried it, put the infrared lights on it. Good thing that we've got that slow blender because it's not drying too fast for us. Possible, I blend these days. Like a younger version of me probably would have just coloured the whole roof, but nowadays I'm like, man, if you don't need it, don't even put it there. Nothing else, this video is probably going to show, or at least highlight, the fact that the actual painting part is by far and away the small bit, like the fast bit, you know. I spent all day prepping it up. I spent either, 15 minutes just mixing the colour up, to come in here and spend like 10 minutes just to paint it. I thought I need Basecoat it. It'd take probably another 10 or so minutes to apply the clear coat on this job. Mopping down. Now, we've got a new petrol flap for this car, and I just found a little cut through. So, I do actually have to put a little bit of colour around there because they're putting a new petrol flap on. You can go up over there. Just one coat is usually enough on the back panels. Just make sure it's covered obviously. But like I said before, I need a bit of colour over that whole, over where the petrol flat's going to be sitting. And I did see a little cut through there. But that's all good. Anyway, onto the boot lid. Gotta love this Standoblue. Never gets old, man. Never gets old. I'll never leave you again, my one true love. For once I lost my part, but you were always faithful to me. Standoblue, where art thou, Standoblue? Give that another drop coat, it kind of looks a little bit mossy. I know it's a dark colour, but you can still get mottle even in these dark metallics. So just make sure I haven't missed anything obvious, but it looks pretty good. Yeah, there was a few chips up there. I filled in a couple as well, but that's looking pretty good. Anyway, I'm not going to put you guys through the next part, which is sort of drying the paint down for a few minutes. That could get a little bit boring.
As boring as watching paint dry. What are we up to? 22. Oh, we made it in under the 25 minutes, which I wanted to keep it below, which is good. That means I just get to upload this as one file. Makes it easier for me. As you can see, it's sort of half dry, starting to dry in spots. We did change those floor filters last week, but I'm still getting a couple of little things landing in my jobs here and there. It's generally around over there. Anything that I sort of park underneath that area, I get a bit of crap landing in, but we're going to be replacing those roof filters in the next month anyway, at Christmas time. So you can actually see, like, the different colour. Those, like that section there, it's like, must be where the air comes in and any impurities are actually starting to push through the filter. But it's all good, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed. If you did, be sure to give the video a big thumbs up. If you want to support the show, as always, go to check out the link in the description and you can buy some Gunman merchandise, including these awesome spray suits. Anyway, guys, until next time, get out there and paint some shit. Gunman out.